Hello, and welcome to Vehicle Maintenance 101 with Piggy. And this time we're going to look at fluids and levels under the bonnet. So what have we got here? So we have here just a basic 2-litre HDI engine in a 206. Now we're going to be looking essentially at just 5 levels. However, we'll cover 1 or 2 other things just while we're on the way, but just essentially 5 things. You need to keep an eye on your engine oil level, your engine coolant level, your power assisted steering fluid level, your washer fluid level, and your brake fluid level. We'll just briefly discuss as well that obviously there's a battery and you might have an automatic transmission. So, as you look at it now, you'll see there's a number of caps. Often they've got little badges on them. Hopefully you can spot one down there, one over there, one there, and one over there. But we're going to have a look at this thing down here too. So what have we got? Well, down here you'll notice that what looks like a windscreen with a squirty thing on it. Well, that's obviously a windscreen washer fluid, and usually it's a blue or yellow cap. It's normally pretty obvious, and you want to put water and some sort of screen wash in there. Bit of advice, don't put washing up liquid in it. Power steering, often it's got a little steering wheel on it, and you need to refer to your manufacturer's book to know what you're going to be putting on there. It'll be some Dextron, but just make sure you've checked your book. Sometimes it's down the back, and sometimes it's down the front there. Sometimes they're tricky to find if you've got electronic steering. Coolant reservoir. These can be dotted around in different places. Sometimes they're actually attached to the side of your radiator. This one is at the back. This one's quite a tricky one, but it does have a max and a minimum. You don't want to take the cap off while the engine is hot, and you want to check this level when the engine is cool. So they run hand in hand, really. You want to make sure it's obviously between those levels. If it's at the minimum, you want to check that you haven't got any leaks, and obviously if it's anywhere else, that's fine. Topping up with a bit of water is just fine, but if you've got to put a lot in, add some proper antifreeze. Again, check your manual for what type. This is where you're going to put engine oil in. Some vehicles have the dipstick attached to this, the other side. This one does not. This one has a dip stick. So this is a device, literally, a stick that dips into the reservoir of oil at the bottom of your engine. And notice you've got 2 notches. And your oil needs to be between those 2. As you can see, it's very close to the top one, so that's a good sign. To make sure this is absolutely accurate, you want to clean off this dipstick, dip it back in, and then pull it out for an accurate measurement. Brake fluid. Once again, quite similar. You're going to have some sort of brake symbol on the top to identify it. Notice there's one there also. And then on the side, you're going to have a minimum and a maximum. Now just give the bottle a little tap, and you'll notice your fluid will move, because if your fluid's quite old, it's easy to spot. If it's fresh, it's tricky to spot. Again, if it's close to the minimum, then top it up and go to somewhere for some advice. It's usually something like .4, but check again your manual or online to ensure you're putting the right fluid in your brake system. So, those are the very basic fluids and how to check them. Your battery might have a level indicator on it, however a lot of these sealed batteries now don't, and even this sealed battery now doesn't even come with a little, it's got a little sort of, what's the word? A little opening, a little window, and it gives you a colour system, red, green, black, a couple of other colours sometimes, and it'll tell you. If it's the right colour, it'll say, and if it's not, it won't. Get a professional to check your battery. I wouldn't suggest going poking around and taking caps off there if you're not sure. If you've got an automatic transmission, often there is a fluid level and another dipstick just like this. Refer to your owner's manual, but usually you'll need to put it into park with the engine running to find the correct level on your gearbox. Again, top up only with the fluid recommended by the manufacturer of your vehicle. So there we go, some basic levels. I'm just going to show you another engine bay just to show you how similar they can be despite being a different vehicle. So here we are with a Peugeot 406, a 1.9 turbo diesel, the XUD9, quite a common and popular engine. So we're looking for those 5 areas again. Our eyes hopefully might be drawn to the left hand side here. There's a number of caps. We have that similar blue cap for the windscreen washer fluid. We have a similar steering wheel again for the power steering. We have our coolant reservoir, not so obvious, but these caps are often very similar, as I say. Sometimes they're on the radiator, but here it's there. And now this one, in fact, the gauge is internal. So if you look inside, there are actually 2 levels, easy to see in real time, but there's 2 little markers in there, and the water needs between those 2 markers, and if it's not, you would top it up appropriately. This one's going to need some top up because the matrix is blown, but we'll talk about that maybe on another video. Now the dipstick here is broken. They're quite common, the tops to break, but there it is. Often it's got a little yellow oil can symbol on it, so there's on that one. And in a very similar position is our brake fluid. Again, give it a little shake, and yes, it's all good. So that's how you check your levels on your vehicle. Vehicle maintenance 101 with Piggy. Next we're going to up the ante a little bit. I'm going to show you how to do an oil change, the basic of servicing. So thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button wherever it might be. Please click on down here. This will take you to the channel. Up here will be more videos. And make a little comment if you've got any questions. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!